Good morning, campers. Let's do a reading. I'm feeling like what's going on with you and what's going on with your person today. So I want to break down what's going on in your lives and how are you feeling. And also, I don't know why I didn't bring any of my cards. Maybe you're a little forgetful recently or like little distracted, and that could already be a detail. Which deck do I want? I feel like I want this one. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Hold on, bear with me. Bear with me. Forgetful Lucy, or who was forgetful? All right, let's start. Let's start from you so you know this is your collective and this is your reading. What's going on in your life? What's going on with this collective? All right. All right. Too many. One more for your first row. All right, so you have ship. That is your first card. Moving on, progressing. You have healthier choices. You have butterfly as well. That's transformation. You have parting. I usually don't see this card in the nicest way, but you have very nice energy. So I'm not hearing that it's anything like, over partying or distraction or low vibrational parties. I feel like this is more, and you have abundance. I feel like this is more time spent with friends, maybe already around holiday season. So overall, for your first row, what's going on in your life? It is an important detail that it really came to my mind to do you versus your person today. So we're gonna keep it as a context, because with this ship and moving on, I'm sensing that this may be that you feel like you're moving on from your person. And what I was hearing is that maybe in recent weeks, months, certain things happened, certain things that will, I'm seeing that tumultuous difficult, challenging situations, you know what I mean? That card with the difficult word that I don't know how to pronounce. What's wrong with me today? I'm feeling very weird today, so maybe you are feeling a little bit off, a little bit like something, it's like you don't understand fully the energy, what's going on. But I feel like maybe, again, in the past weeks or months, certain things has transpired and these things took you out of your balance. Maybe, conversations or even reunion with your person that took you out of your balance. I feel like it's been I'm hearing it's been a quite intense months. I don't know why I'm hearing October, so maybe starting October. So I feel like now you moving away, but I'm not sensing this energy of, no, I don't want it, like very negative moving away. I'm sensing more like, I don't want to deal with this. What's meant to be will be. I've done my part. Now I'm going to focus on my change, my transformation, my growth, my healthy choices, my abundance, my path, right? My friends. This is the energy that I'm sensing. So maybe you have introduced a couple of, I'm hearing workout routine. I'm not hearing like workout gym. Maybe that is the case for some of you. I feel like true spiritual people, we struggle with the gym in the sense that there's so much people in there always. So it's challenging, but it may not always be the case. But maybe like a home routine, like a home workout, or yoga or Pilates, whatever that is. Healthier choices in life, spending more time with people that bring you up. I'm hearing that you have clarity, what they want from life and what they want from you, and focusing on your growth and on your abundance, which is really beautiful energy. Let's do another row. Shift. Paradise, happiness, joy, playfulness. It's like you want to build that paradise on your own. This is really beautiful energy, because this means that I'm not sensing, you know how I always say to you guys, on this journey, we will never achieve anything if we have this sort of a blockage and energy towards your masculine, because he's the other part of you. However, he's triggering you on this journey. It means that something within you still gets triggered that you haven't healed, and avoiding him, it's avoiding that trigger, right? So when I sense this energy, no, I don't want it, I'm moving on, block and delete, I'm concerned, because it doesn't really mean growth, right? But for this collective, so don't make this fit, I am sensing that it's not like you're closing the door for your person. It's not like you're closing your heart for your person. It's just that maybe recent events, conversation, reunions in the last months, or whatever is it that happened between the two of you, made you feel that this person is not exactly where you are, and you're just holding your ground. You're building your own paradise. You're focusing on you, on your path, on your growth, which is beautiful. It shows true divine feminine energy. It's funny, I have Divine Feminine at the bottom of the deck. We'll do this deck as well. Old school, outdated thinking, but that's on top of that healthier choices. So maybe you've recently, what's coming to my mind, it's a detail, but maybe it's important, so you know this is your collective. Maybe recently you've realized that when it comes to your, I'm hearing health or beauty routine, so something related to eating, exercise, taking care of your body, your hair, maybe, that you've been doing it wrong, that you've been following certain rules that you were told to do, you know, like those nonsense rules that they constantly inventing. You cannot eat after 6, or you have to have breakfast, which is nonsense. My universal truth. I'm not a health expert, professional, nor nutritionist, but it's my universal truth. You should listen to your body. You should listen to what your body wants and what your body craves, and what feels right for you. So as long as the intake is the same as, you know, what goes in goes out, then you're fine. So maybe it's the reason it's coming to my mind. Maybe recently you've learned something that changed a little bit your daily routine, your health routine. Parting. Commitment, partnership, union. Yeah, because that's on top of that. Remember we said with friends, staying with, connected with your friends. I feel like you're committing your energy a little bit more to, I'm seeing reciprocity cards, and I'm hearing again what I was hearing before. So I'm going to put my energy in people that put their energy in me, that know for sure, 100%, that they want me in their life, right? Which is, again, true, beautiful, divine feminine energy, because it means you're no longer accepting 808 on a timer. You're no longer accepting flaky energy. You're no longer accepting, oh, because I love you and I'm longing for my masculine, so I'm going to accept this BS, flaky nonsense that he comes in and out and disappears and then hurts me. No, right? I'm going to put my attention to my friends who call me every day, who check on me when I'm sick, who spend holidays, birthdays with me, that I can share my life. And if that man one day wants to be part of that group, that is A-okay. But if not, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Butterfly. Talking, awaiting messages, texts, call, emails. Yeah, I think this is it. I think this collective will confirm, but this collective, I feel you had a reunion with your masculine. So again, don't make these details fit the important. I'm hearing clearly end of September, October. Maybe he reappeared, you had a couple of meetings, reunions, conversations, and maybe you realize that again, something was still triggered within you. It's like, I always say this to you guys, when our masculines return, very rarely it happens that they really return in 100% divine masculine. And usually there's this final recalibration, if they ready, right, before union, that can last anywhere from, a couple of months to even a whole 20 cycle, which is 9 months, right? So he can still be in and out, he still disappears. And this is the ultimate test of the divine feminine energy, and also us guiding him back home to his divinity, because when you stand your ground, he comes back and then he disappears again. And so it's not really masculine energy, it's not divine energy, it's still flakiness, fear of commitment, not knowing what you want, allowing your shadows, your doubts, your avoidance to still hold the reins, right? So in this moment, it's incredibly important for the feminine to hold her ground and to be like, I'm not going to be waiting for your text, I'm not going to be waiting for your call, I'm going to be spending my time with people who really appreciate me, who see me for who I am, the precious gem that I am. I'm going to focus on me, my growth, my abundance, right? And so I feel there's something in those recent months, in certain conversations, that strengthen you in this energy, right? So, you know, sometimes I feel like it really depends where we are on our journey. What feminists that are still in the beginning of the journey, or like first years, there's still a little bit of longing, there's still a little bit of attachment. When a masculine comes in, he can really dysregulate us, right? He can really like throw us off our course, our path, our, you know, our purpose, and the vortex of emotions, right? It's so overwhelming, which is a good recalibration always, because it shows us that we're not yet in our divinity, but sometimes it really like changes things, right? But sometimes when they appear after a long separation, and that during that long separation we've been growing, we've been evolving, right? They come in and it seems like nothing has changed. It seems like it's still random, it's still flaky, it's still hey, right? So again, if you're not yet in your divinity, you're going to get upset, you're going to get triggered, like, what has he been doing all these years? But if you're already close confirmation to your divinity, you're going to be like, it's just like, it seems like he's not there yet. He's not there yet. So you just lovingly will push back or won't even answer, you know, whatever your situation is. But I feel like that he said certain things that made you feel in your heart confirmation. Yes, he said some things that made you feel in your heart, this man is not ready. And until he's ready, I'm not going to be waiting. Again, I always say this to you guys, it's not that the true divine feminine waits. We don't wait in separation. We surrender to the divine timing, right? When I say I'm not going to wait, I mean that as he comes in, your life changes in 0%, right? So you're not canceling plans with your friends because maybe he said that maybe he's gonna see you, right? Or you're not immediately changing your schedule, or like, you know, you're so overwhelmed that you cannot live your purpose, or right, or, yes, I'll do anything. No, it's just you go on. Now you have to catch up, dude, right? Abundance. I'm hearing this, so open up your eyes, then you realize, everlasting love. Maybe you like that song, maybe you hear that song. That's on top of your abundance. I feel like I'm gonna start crying. I feel like, and we have tape at the bottom of the deck, I feel like this was a test. I feel your recalibration process has started. Maybe you moved away and you're in this energy. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it when is he returning to stay, or is he returning, you know, to leave me again? Is he going to go back into separation? Am I going to see him in a week or in 3 years? I feel you've really detached. So again, don't make these details, they're very important. But because of that, ding, 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 ding. Everlasting love. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it that you're connected to that timeline. We're gonna tap into his energy, so maybe we can see, you know, how close that is, because there's a reason I said to you guys what I said to you guys, right? There's a reason I said that sometimes from the moment they break no contact after years, if the feminine holds her ground, it can open a window to that recalibration process, which can be anywhere from a couple of months to a cycle, right? And if the feminine is not ready, or she triggers something in the masculine that shows that they trigger each other and it shows that they're both not ready, he's going to move back into separation, which is absolutely fine. But I feel like you stood your ground. You stood your ground. All right, let's do a couple of emotions, how you're feeling. Gratitude. That's on top of that ship and that paradise. You're moving away from what doesn't feel right. You're moving away from whatever's not giving you the energy that you can offer. You're appreciating life. You're appreciating the life that you build for yourself. You're sitting in. That's a beautiful opening energy to sit. I always say this to you guys. If there's no gratitude, there's no true spirituality. We're constantly having lists of demands and things that are not happening and not seeing, right? If we truly have to wake up every day in the sense of I am the luckiest person because I'm here on this earth, because I live my life, because I've awakened, because I live my mission, that's the true divinity. Happiness! Happiness! I'm loving it. You're happy. You're happy. No true divine union will ever happen if the divine feminine in separation is not fully happy. Happy, grateful, and not just faking, yeah, I'm happy, but truly from the bottom of your heart. Energy doesn't lie. Energy doesn't lie. What else? Codependency, but I feel like you have released that, because that's on top of that partying, that engagement, commitment towards yourself. Remember what we said? When we start to love ourselves and connect to our true authentic self, we understand that what is part of our destiny will never pass us by. It will always be magnetically pulled towards us when the time is right, divine timing. We allow love to flow free, unburdened by fear or need, creating true, deep, and meaningful bonds. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm so proud of you. That's exactly that. That is a perfect description. You started loving yourself, connecting to your true, authentic self, and you have this true belief that if it's meant to be, maybe it's not now because he's not ready. It's okay. Gentle pushback. The door is open, my love. Whenever you're ready, you're going to come through it. But in the meantime, I am not going to be focusing on you. As far as I'm concerned, it's already done. It won't pass me by. I will pull this when the time is right, when you're ready, when I'm ready. And that is what I always say to you guys. True divine feminine has to be the deliverer and the channel for the masculine freedom, because true freedom is union. Through union they connect to God, they connect to the eternal element of life, right? We help them to do that. So as long as we're physically codependent, we attach in a physical world through the ego, and we depend all that we do on them, they subconsciously know that if we're dependent on them, how are we going to be the guide in the spirit realm, the gatekeeper, the bar holder, the one that sets the standards for the values, right? This is the role of the feminine. You've released that codependency. You can now love freely, which inevitably will pull him magnetically sooner or later, you know, whatever path he's at. We're going to tap into his energy. What do we have? What do we have? We have resilience. Beautiful. That's beautiful, especially that's on top of that talking and butterfly transformation. Resilience is true strength. It's ability to bounce back to your true authentic self after any challenge. That's what I told you guys. When he returns and he completely dysregulates us, it means that we're not yet ready. When he returns and we're unbothered, we're just living our life again, you know, your mission, your friends, your life, your daily routine, your balance, you hold your center, you're absolutely not dysregulated, right? It shows that you're ready. We know we will rise up from any situation. And this is why those moments when they return, they're so beautiful, because they show us that we really have grown. We never know as long as we're tested. And I always say this to you guys, tests are opportunities for us to show that we are who we say that we are. Many feminists for so long, they say, oh, I'm happy, I'm grateful, I've released attachment, I live my life. And then after years, the masculine comes back and it's all like, oh my God, I don't want it, right? And it shows that no, there's still something in here that you haven't completely conquered and you haven't completely mastered. And you have. You can bounce back to your authentic self no matter what, because you found home. Love! Oh my God! Love is in the air, and that's on top of those wedding rings. You embody love. Number 14. Maybe that means something to you. I put it in here deliberately because that's my favorite number. Always have been. 14. Add 1 4. 1 for 4. I'm feeling it. And what do I always say to you guys? The one component to have union is for the feminine to create union as the creatrix of the connection in the 5D, in the spirit realm, energetically. And in true divine union, woman is not codependent from his man. Woman doesn't change her life, her path, her devotion to God because her man is, right? It's the divine triangle that I always tell you about. If you haven't heard me talk about it, you could read it on my website. If you go to the Divine Love section, in one of the articles, I think it's the Divine Union, or you'll find it. There's a video of me talking about it. There's an explanation. We always look towards God. Then God blesses our masculine with abundance and everything that he needs to be the master of this physical world. And then he devotes himself to us, looking towards us always. And that's how the loop closes. And that's how the union, the yin and yang of the feminine and the masculine, is not deprived of spirit. When we look towards our masculine, we look towards the physical thing, the ego. And that's true because that's what they represent. We are the portal to the spirit realm. We are the element of God in this world as the feminine. We are the temple of holiness, right? And if we don't hold that ground, if we don't hold the standards, the values, if we're not the gatekeepers, if we start looking towards ego things, men, partying, shallow pleasures, we lose that. And there's never truly space for real divine union. Okay, let's carry on with your energy. I want to do a couple more extra decks, maybe 3 of these just to confirm. Yeah. Okay, you have the hummingbird. The hummingbird is again, is joy, is happiness. It's this energy that you have here, happiness, gratitude. You found your home, you found your balance, you found your center. When you feel down, you're resilient, you know how to recharge, you know where to go with, friends that love you, purpose that you found, growth that you're, excited and passionate about. You know how to rest, you know how to recalibrate. Confirmation, which is beautiful. We have dragonfly, master of the mind. Master of the mind. I always say this to you guys. It's such a difficult thing to do in the world that we live in, and the system, the patriarchal logic system, distorted masculine system that we live in. But what we truly have to do on this journey is to master the mind, to understand that the mind is a tool. The mind doesn't rule. What we know in our heart and our intuition is the truth, especially as divine feminine. Mind only serves to translate it and allow us to live and function in this world. Master of the mind. And the oyster. The oyster. The special one. I want to read through this oyster. I'm guided to read through this oyster. It's a really beautiful card. Hold on, that's water. That's water. Bear with me. There it is. Patient, secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Yes, you are the oyster. Anything an oyster personality puts in their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted, but you don't, because you have gratitude. That's your first card. You've overcome this. They become shy, all doubtful. You know who you are. And this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life work. No. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is that you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. Share something. The only thing that I'm hearing with this is, because I don't feel that, gratitude being your first card, you know who you are. You know your worth. You know your value. Your true divine feminine. The only thing that I'm hearing is that don't remember, for the masculine healer, the frog, the healer, and the truth. For our masculines, we are their lighthouse on this journey. We're supposed to be their lighthouse, right? So when you're in this energy, like, I'm not going to entertain his energy if he's still flaky, if he's still doubtful, which is absolutely fine. But if you're guided to say something to him as you're talking, as he approaching, as he, reaches out and you're having a conversation, if you're guided to say something, don't stay in this energy of, no, it doesn't make sense, because say it. If you're guided, it means that it's valuable. Speak your truth. This is the moment to speak your truth, to really say how you feel, right? And they're going to have to handle it. We cannot... One of the things and part of this transformation is that in the beginning, when we're wounded, we walk on eggshells around our masculine, because we're so afraid to be ourselves, to say how we feel, to say what we need, which is the core of divine masculine, feminine, right? We walk on eggshells because we feel, I'm going to say something, he's going to get triggered, he's going to start, he's going to ghost me, he's going to disappear, right? I'm going to lose him. So true divine masculine can take it. If you feel with love and kindness to say to him what's on your chest, what's on your heart, what is still something that you want to talk about that happened in the past, as long as it's done from a place of loving kindness, forgiveness, and it would be, because that's the energy you're sitting in, do that. Don't hold yourself back to protect his feelings, or he should handle it. It's part of being the masculine, accountability, right? I want to do a couple of these for you, because then we're going to do these for your masculine as well. Maybe let's do 3. Heal your masculine. But I feel that's already something that you've done, because you are sitting in your wholeness. I'm hearing that maybe this was one of the most difficult things for you to do. I want one more for that. Change routine into ritual. Yeah, I feel like maybe in the beginning of this journey, one of the most difficult things for you, for this collective, was to release the masculine mind. So to release the fact that maybe you were sitting in your masculine energy, which means that you were following a lot of like structure, the hyperachiever, the chaser, that go-getter, I have to plan things, I have to push things. Now maybe you're really sitting in your feminine. It's exactly that. Change routine into ritual. It's moving from masculine to feminine. Masculine is routine, structure, consistency. And us feminines, we are the ritual, right? We are the spirit. We are the sacred temple. We move with the flow of life, of nature, of cycles, of our own moon cycle, right? So I feel like it's a detail. It would have been very difficult for you, but you've conquered this. We have sound healing, so maybe it's a guidance for you that maybe you could use some sound healing. Maybe you could use... Everything in our body vibrates at a natural frequency. Our body is very responsive and sensitive to sound, and it can be in sync with external rhythms. Through sound therapy, the vibration of certain sounds can interact with body tissues and cells to promote relaxation, calmness, focus, balance, safety, or recovery. It not only promotes healthy nervous system, but also supports physical body. Enjoy this card. Invite you to reduce sound baths, handpan music, hertz music, or simply soothing sounds of nature. I'm hearing 2 things. Maybe this, for most of you, I feel like this is guidance. This is where you really need to whenever there's like situation, it's you should totally try sound healing on a regular basis. But I'm hearing that maybe some of you actually do that. Maybe you work as a sound healer. Maybe maybe you're a musician as well. You design. What we got you? What's the word? You don't design. Oh my God, what's the word? You create music. You create, like, maybe you play handpan. Some of you.